Live stream. There we go. Audio. 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 There we go. And let's put it over here. And we're going to wait a couple of minutes. And we're going to look for the doc. We want the chat. We do want the chat to be over here. Hello. Okay. I do want the chat to be here. And I know it's not going to be much. So subscribers 20 minutes or longer can join the chat. As well as you should be. So here we go. All right. Everything looks good. Cheers. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. There you go. So today is September 19th, 2024. And it happens to be my 58th birthday. Today I am 58 years old. Many blessings to, my family and I, and I've been blessed to be here in 58 years so far. Thank you, God, and with the with God blessing, I hope I'll be here another. I don't know about another 58 years, because then I'll be the longest living person in the history of the world. But hopefully not anytime soon. They say that I saw something. Somebody posted a video on TikTok. It was on TikTok. I was watching. I was just going through my TikTok, and I ran across a video, and it said, I think the video said something like, if you're 50 years old now, if you're 50 years of age, you have lived 66% of your life. So in other words, you have 33.3%. Anyway, you have basically you lived 2/3 of your life already, and now you have 1/3 of your life left. Of course, the average life expectancy in the United States, I believe, for men is 73, and for women is 76. So me that I'm just turned 58, according to the statistics, I may have another, what is it now, 15 years before I hit that threshold of the statistical, I always get that tongue twist, statistical threshold of 73. So, they say that, and it's true, as you get older, and I feel that way. I feel as you get older, you really have to enjoy more. Do the things, because it's like it's like you say, time is running out. Don't mean to sound morbid, but that's statistics. At 50, and now I'm 58. So at 50, you already lived 66% of your life, or 2/3, right? 2/3. 2/3 of your life you lived when by the time you turn 50. So think about that. So that's what I tell young people out there, and my son too. As he's gonna be 10 in December, and I say it. Do all the things you want to do while you're young. I know it's hard because as you see around me, my house, a lot of things that I wanted when I was young. Like, for example, I remember when I was, 14 years old, 15 years old, and I would look at a Radio Shack catalog and wanting these radios, like this big shortwave radio, and so on. And there's no way I could afford it. At 14, unless I got a job and I saved up. But at 14, those radios were way out of price. No way in the world my mother could afford that. Especially, uh, you know, she was collecting this. At that time, she was already collecting disability. There was no way on a fixed budget, on a fixed income. Especially, at that point, she was still raising. I'm the youngest of 8, but at that point, a couple of my brothers already moved out. But she was still raising about, there was still 5 of us still living in the house. And yeah, yeah. Even though, we had to do what we do and help her out. In other words, it was just not affordable. So that happens too when you're younger. There's a lot of things you can't afford when you're younger. As you get older, and there's some things you can't afford. You know, and but that's why I told young people out there. I don't mean to sound like morbid. I don't mean to sound like I'm super old or whatever. I don't mean to sound like that. It's just wisdom. That's one thing you get when you get older. There's a lot. You do get wiser. You do get wiser. We're not born with this wisdom. This wisdom is acquired and learned over many years. If I knew what I know now about investing and all these things, and I would have done that when I was 21 or even earlier, I would have been a multi millionaire, or maybe even a young billionaire. Who knows? Not a young billionaire, but when I say young, what am I saying? Young billionaire. I would have been very well off. But unfortunately, this stuff you have to learn. A lot of stuff is not taught in school, which is another thing why I don't understand why. And people have talked about it. They should teach personal finance in schools. I really believe that. I believe they should make that a part of the curriculum. I think every school should have a personal finance class because we're all going to deal with it. We're all going to, we all need to learn how to, how they say, we didn't even do that. There's no more checkbooks. But, how they say, balance the checkbook. But it's beyond that now. Investing. Also, now we have cryptocurrency. And of course, today I'm going to talk about precious metals also. Because that seems to be a lot in the news. If you put in any TV, you watch TV, or you listen to the radio, you hear all these ads about precious metals, the Colonial Group or whatever, all these ads you hear, and that's the latest thing now is now, and it's been, and it's not a fad. The precious metal has been around since the beginning of time. But I noticed that there is a lot of ads now, a lot of advertising getting into the subject of precious metals. So, yeah. So anyway, let's talk about what happened today in the stock market. Of course, they did announce, the Federal Reserve did announce a 0.25% cut. I believe it's going to be 0.5%. No, excuse me. I believe it's going to be 0.5%. If I'm not mistaken. I should have this in front of me, but I decided just to last minute do this stream. Anyway, I believe it is 0.5%. So I'm not going to get into all this. But anyway, and based on the good news about that, the market reacted in a positive, in a positive way. Dow went up about 500 and let's see what it is, 522. Okay, so 522 or 1.26, 1.26%. So it went over the 42,000 mark, which is another record high. And also the NASDAQ and the S&P. The NASDAQ went over the 18,000 mark. Of course, it was up 440 points. And some of the stocks that, of course, we're holding went up too. Like Meta. Meta did very well today. Go to see Meta. So Meta is at $559.10 a share now. So it's doing very well. Okay. My son is upstairs playing. You can hear my son. I don't mind it. He's having fun upstairs. Anyway, it's not like anybody's in the live stream, but I want to make this video today because I want to talk about, the main thing is we're going to talk about precious metals and what I think about it. And I got a couple of suggestions, and I'm going to talk about that too, because I wasn't aware of this particular thing about precious metals, so I want to talk about that briefly. So yeah, anyway, so right now, like I said, today is a good day overall for the stock market. Record highs across the board. Dow, S&P, and the NASDAQ. Okay. And as you can see also here, the gold, the price of gold, and right now it went up 2,600. So it went over the 2,600 mark. Let me click on that. And there goes the price of gold right there. 2611. $2,611.60. That is for 1 ounce of gold. Okay. And we can look at our FinViz right here. This is one of the portfolios. As you can see, Meta is doing very well today. So we're very excited about that. And of course, also reacting positively is the crypto market. As you can see, Bitcoin has been on a tear lately. The last few days is at 63,181. So crypto has been going up. And of course, with the price of crypto going up, all the other tokens also follow along, like Ethereum and Solana, doing very well. It's a nice little rally going on. And this all started because of the rate cut. I believe it's more than the rate cut. I believe also the rate cut, well, the rate cut, people can spin that in a couple of ways. It could be either the current administration right now wants to maybe push the Fed to do this rate cut before the election. That way, look, why not reelect? Well, not reelect. He's not going to run again. It's Kamala that's running. Kamala Harris is the one that's running. But the administration, because she is a part of that administration, she is still the vice president. So, look at the current administration. Our stock market is at record high. So therefore, you should keep voting for us, right? Or they could spin it that way. That they did this rate cut. I believe it's the first rate cut since 2020. Since 2020 or 2022. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. Like I said, I should have done more. But this is the beauty of the live streams that I do. I don't have papers in front of me, and I don't do all this stuff. It's what I see and what I read and what I remember. Okay, so please don't bust my chops about that. And quite frankly, I don't care whether you do or you don't. But the timing is kind of, for me, I find it to be a little suspect that they're doing this rate cut. I think I'm gonna say the latter. It is gonna. I think some of it is political, but it is kind of overdue. So I think it's just the timing of it. You know, third week into September, about 50 days or less than 50 days left, around 50, less than 50 days left before the election. They do this rate cut. So this is the boost for it. The market's reacting. Now, other people are saying that the market is reacting this way because of well, I don't want to say the poll data, because the poll data right now is kind of showing it's a neck and neck race. Is and some polls are even showing that she's ahead, even after that horrible debate, so-called debate. It wasn't even a debate. It was a 3-on-1. It was not even a debate. First of all, she can't even answer a simple question. I don't know why anybody will vote for someone that can't even answer a simple question. You know where my money is at, and that's my man Donald Trump. Donald J. Trump is going to be my president, and that's what I'm going to vote for. There's no doubt about that. But and I said it. I said it on my Danny show when I did that live stream about the debate. They're gonna spin that debate for what it is. Basically, what happens? They just ganged up on him. They fact checked him about 7 times. It was all BS, and she was not even challenged on any question or answer that she gave. So basically, and he knew that from the get go that it was gonna be a setup. He knows that, but that's why we love him, because he takes on all comers. He's been on CNN. He goes to the most hostile network interviews and all that, and and she can't do that. She would not do that. She would not even go on Newsmax and do a debate on Newsmax. She would not have the guts to go on Newsmax or even Fox News, because I think Fox News is also just as bad. But that's not gonna happen, and I don't blame her. Actually, if I'm him right now, I don't do another debate. The hell with it. That's it. He did debate with Biden. He destroyed him, or Biden destroyed himself. He did it to himself, and she was just as bad. It's just that you could see that everything was memorized, rehearsed. She was gonna throw her little word salads out there, and that was gonna be it. And people saw that as, oh my gosh, she looks presidential. What does looking presidential mean? That you're phony? Is that what looking presidential means? That all you are is an empty suit, Kamala? Is that being presidential? No, how about answering a fucking question? I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it. How about when I ask you a question, answer it, not have a prepared speech, and then you don't even answer the question. So all you're doing is gobbling up time. So the average person out there, well, I can't say that around this area, but based on what I've seen on interviews, that people go, I seen like TikTok video where a person walks down the boardwalk in California and they asked them Trump or Kamala, and 99% of all the people that they interview say Trump. So I know the media wants to spin. They want to prop her up as the next Joan of Arc or whatever. But the public out here, the real world, nobody. A lot of people don't like her. They think she's a phony. She's an empty suit. She's not smart. She is very radical, and quite frankly, she is dangerous for this country. Her, to have someone like that in the White House is just horrible. And of course, she's also a puppet. So we know who's pulling the strings behind her. No doubt it's Obama. The same person that, pushed the other guy out of here, Biden, was Obama. Obama is the puppet master behind all that, by the way. So we all know that. We're not stupid. We know that. So that's her case. This is what she is. She's just basically a female version of Obama. That's what they're trying to push to you, to the public. And the media is just a propaganda machine. That's all it is. But the us Americans, the real world, can't stand her. Just like Hillary, we couldn't stand her. She was unelectable. Okay, so that's why she's not gonna win unless the fix is in. And that's the other point that I was making that night. That you know, they just trying to keep the statistical poll data as close as possible. So when they do the fix, you know you know the election fraud or whatever's gonna happen, shenanigans, um, they can say, "See, you lost. We didn't steal the election. You just lost again." Which is nonsense. And of course, not to mention another assassination attempt against this man, which is another thing. You lefties out there, you're just, you know, I'm done being nice to you. I am. Because you really are on the other side. You really are fucking nuts. The first time, yeah, it was like, okay. And I knew that we all prayed that it didn't happen. But we knew it was a matter of time before somebody was going to take a shot at him. And now it's 2 attempts now. So, you lefties are just fucking nuts. Straight up. You just can't be fucking reasoned with, and you can't be dealt with. So now it's like, scorched earth for you guys now. Our side, my side, I welcome all comers. But your side is the one that you can't even, if they don't agree with you 100%, you want to cancel them already. And I think the market is reacting now that, and I'm going to believe the latter. I think the market is reacting now that he is going to win. He is going to win no matter, like they say, too big to rig. That's what's happening. I think the public out there is fed up with a lot of things, including the immigration issue. And I think we want him back. I know I do. But I think the public is not what the media portrays to be. The fake poll numbers that this race is that close. I don't think the race is even that close. I think on election day, you're going to see a landslide. You're going to see a landslide like probably going back to Reagan and Mondale. I think he won 49 out of the 50 states. I think the only state he didn't win was Minnesota. That was 1980. He beat Walter Mondale. Is it 84? Excuse me. Anyway, he beat Walter Mondale. Yeah, I think it was 84 because 80 was Carter. And of course, he did not get reelected. Thank God for that. Because he was another horrible president was Jimmy Carter. So, yeah, so I believe the second term, it was the re-election of Ronald Reagan that he won 49 out of the 50 states. And the only state he didn't win was Minnesota, which happens to be Walter Mondale's home state. And I think that's what's going to happen now. I think it's going to be it's going to be a landslide. I think the people have spoken. The people are fed up with this immigration shit, with this fucking spending money on people that shouldn't even be in this fucking country. I'm going to say I don't care if people don't like it. Unsubscribe me. I really don't give a shit. This is the truth. And I think people are fed up with that. I think people want, this war in Ukraine. It's a stalemate. It is a stalemate. And we're spending so much money on it. I believe what he said. He's going to bring them to the talking. He's going to bring them both to the talking table. And iron out a peace plan or a peace treaty. Because it's not a winnable war for Russia. Russia's not gonna, remember it was not even classified as a war. It was supposed to be an operation, a military operation. Of course, it failed on him miserably, on Putin. So of course, so I believe Trump. I believe he's gonna bring them both to the table, and they're going to iron out some kind of agreement. I don't think Zelensky is going to get the Donetsk or Donbass or the Donetsk region. That's the way it's been like that for many years. And I think, I know Zelensky wants total, he's not going to get that. So he can forget about that. I think whatever the Russians invaded prior to that war started, just keep it like the way it is. In other words, Crimea is going to stay in Russia because it was that was taken over in 2016, I believe, or 2014. That was under Obama, right? Obama with Crimea. So anyway, I believe that's because right now at the current at the way we're going, we're spending too much money on that, and also the immigration issue. I mean, every major city is bankrupting every major city, including New York City. So that's why I think the people are really fed up. I think the immigration issue was not an issue. I could say, well, yeah, then, but the fact that there is an immigration issue, that is a big issue, and that is affecting every major city. And I think that's the one thing that's going to put them over the top. It's just, you just can't overlook the immigration issue. It's affecting everybody. Hey, hello, Tasso. Hope you're doing well. Yes, I'm doing my live stream today because when you watch the replay, and I'm just going here on a monologue, waiting for somebody to come on. But yeah, the market did very well today. Let me go back to the, of course, all the major indices went up today. And I was talking about it before. It was actually because, some of it was anticipated because of the rate cut. And the 0.5% rate cut. So the Dow is at 42,000. NASDAQ is at 18,000. And the S&P is at 5,700. So I am good. Celebrating my birthday today. My wife, I had a little birthday cake upstairs. My son is playing upstairs. I ate a nice sandwich, sausage parmesan sandwich. So I am very happy today. I'm very good. And I was talking about that too, about how much time we have here in this. Yeah, so that was the first rate cut, I believe, since 2020. So of course, anytime there is a rate cut, the stock market, anytime the Fed does a rate cut, it affects a lot of things. Of course, you're studying. I don't want to mention it. Anyway, you're studying economics and stuff like that, so you know that when the Fed cuts the interest rate, it affects everything. It affects mortgage. Remember, since 2020, they've been increasing no, actually before that, they've been increasing. It actually was a increase. So this is the first rate cut, or they didn't do no rate cut. They left it as is. So the fact when they do the rate cut, it affects everything. It actually, there's more borrowing in terms of banks tend to lend. When the interest rate is a lot higher, there's less borrowing, less home buying because there's less mortgages and all that. It affects everything. Your credit card rate is higher, and we all don't like that. Borrowing costs is a lot more. So when they do a rate cut, it's actually obviously, and it's good for stocks. Anytime you get an interest rate cut, also treasury bill, treasury notes. The higher the interest rate on the treasury note, people tend to put their money on treasury. It is, for example, if you're getting a 5% return on a guarantee investment, especially older people, as you get older, you don't want to put your money in the market. That is a very safe way to keep your money, and it'll, 5%. Thank you. Happy birthday. Glad you are having a great day. Thank you, Tassel. So, yeah, I just been reflecting on things. Last night I was up late. I was in the backyard listening to my radio, and I was just reflecting on my life. You know, I just turned 58, so I'm 2 years away from the next plateau, which is 60. I'll be 60 in 2 more years. And then I was joking to my wife, yeah, and I'm 4 years away from collecting Social Security. So 4 more years, I'll be officially retired and collect my Social Security. So, and I'm definitely gonna claim that because I wouldn't want a Social Security. I mean, yeah, if you're giving money to illegals, I want to know what's my money. I'm gonna go like this in Social Security. I'm gonna walk in there. I'm 62, and you know what? I work. I worked a lot of years. I paid a lot of taxes. Where's my money? So you better believe I'm gonna be on this day 4 years from now. You better believe I'm gonna be the next day. I'm gonna go to that Social Security office and start filling out the paperwork to get my retirement benefits. And then Medicare. I think Medicare you get it when you're 65. Medicare I have to wait 3 more years. I believe Medicare is 65. But anyway, hey, I'm not gonna wait till and you can. And when it comes to Social Security, by the way, you can collect it early at 62, or you can wait till 65 to get 100% of the benefit, or if you wait at 70, you get 120% of what. But me, I'm gonna take the discount because I know a lot of people that try to wait till they're 70 and then never made it to 70. And I was talking about that earlier, that the average life expectancy in the U.S., according to some statistics, for men is 73, and for women is 76. So if you think about that, I'm 58, so that means God willing, you know, God willing, and it's only God can. Only God is the only one that knows. If you're looking at statistics, theoretically, I have maybe 15 something years before I hit that threshold of 73. So that's why I tell you, young folks out there, enjoy life. And I was getting to that point, and I got sidetracked. So let me get to that point. Yeah, so I told young ones, do the things you want to do now. Don't wait till later on in life. Like me, I always wanted to travel to China and Japan. I never got to do that. I could have done that earlier in my life if I would have. A couple of things would have happened. One, when I was in the Air Force, I could have signed up for that assignment to go to Okinawa, maybe because that's a top job in the Air Force, even for reserve duty. If you can, well, if you can go to Okinawa, which is an island in Japan, Okinawa, right? It's an island nation. It's actually a separate nation from Japan. It is part of Japan, but it's considered. There is an Air Force base there, Okinawa. I could have went there. I could have signed up and said, maybe I want to go to Okinawa. And if I would have got accepted, I would have been. I could have been stationed in Okinawa. But a lot of things happened in my life early on that and that's why I was talking about earlier that there's some things that you cannot learn in the classroom, like wisdom. And I was saying that, like, all the stuff that I know now, have I knew this when I was 21, I would have been a millionaire many times over. I would have been very well off now. But of course, we're not born with that. We're not born with all these skill set. Some of it is acquired over years because of wisdom. Some of it, and I got to that point too, that I believe in schools they should teach personal finance. I mean, it should be just as important as math and history and science. I think personal finance should be a mandatory class. Just call it personal finance and teach people about and break it down. Start with a simple bank account, the concept about saving money. You could also teach them about interest rate. Interest rate. You could also teach them about investing, about compound interest or the power of compounding. The power of compounding. In other words, if you open up a mutual fund and you say, I'm going to put $100 on this mutual fund. Every month I'm going to put $100 out of my paycheck invested in this mutual fund. And that mutual fund, rate of return, average rate of return in the stock market over the last, 30, 40 years is what, 11%, 10%? Maybe conservative number like 8%. Let's just put 8% conservative number. So it's growing at 8%. Plus, you reinvest in your dividends. Every quarter that mutual fund pays off dividends, reinvest it and buy more shares of that mutual fund. So that original investment that you put in, maybe you just open it up with $1,000, and you don't put nothing else. Now that mutual fund could be, worth, if you don't put nothing else. Now, if you put $100 a month on top of the initial $10,000, you have a nice little nest egg there, And I wish they would teach that in class, in school. I had these things I learned when I was well into my 20s. So it would have been nice that they could offer this in high school. And, say, and maybe make it attractive and say, if you want to learn how to buy crypto, you want to learn how to buy stock, take this class. And you'd be surprised how many people sign up for that class. I know people think that's boring. It's not boring now. Especially when you do everything electronic. Where's my phone? My phone is over there. When you do everything on your phone, let me go bring my phone. That's what everybody does now. Everybody uses their phone. Everybody has a Robinhood app. Everybody has like I have a Stockpile app. I have a Robinhood app. Everybody has PayPal. PayPal. You can buy crypto on PayPal. Excuse me. Sorry. Tasso, I just thought about that crypto you bought on the last stream on PayPal. Have you checked on it since last? No, I have not checked on it. I will check up on it in a little bit. I'll do it here in the live stream if I can. Because I wanted to talk. Oh, excuse me. My nose is itching now. Let me turn on the air conditioner. It's a little stuffy here. Let me turn on the air conditioner. I'm sorry. All right. I now feel bloated because I ate that sandwich and I had some birthday cake. So yeah, I'll check up on that in a bit. I want to talk about something else because I made hopefully I'm not talking too long. Anyway, I already talked about us. Let me just skip through all this and get to the right now we're 39 minutes into the books on this live stream. Sorry, my nose is itching now. Wow. So of course the market's been doing very well, and I already stated the reasons why. That was a vanilla cake, typical yellow cake. It was a small cake. So, and like I was saying, when the stock market goes up, first it started with the rate cut, 0.5% rate cut. Then the stock market reacted positively. And then lately, the crypto market's been going up again. You know, they all seem to correlate with each other. So now, as you can see, Bitcoin has they're doing a little rally right now. In the last 7 days, it's been up 8%. It's been the last 24 hours, it's been up 5%. So right now it's at 63,181. As you can see, the chart is all green, most of them. Especially the top 10 crypto. Excuse me. So, and I wanted to talk about precious metals. That's what I really wanted to talk about today. You saw my last video. I bought an ounce of silver, which I don't have with me. I have it upstairs. I put it away. I told my wife to put it away. I do have another unboxing. It's right there of another precious metal. I'm gonna make that video in the next couple of days. So, and I wanted to talk about this before about precious metals that, you know, in your, I believe, and it's not financial advice, people. Excuse me. Everyone should have some kind of precious metals in their portfolio. Okay, and like in our case, my wife and I, we talked about this for a long time. And getting into precious metals. You know, you have overall portfolio. You have your stocks, your mutual funds. When you get a job and it offers you a 401k plan, 401k are usually going to be stock funds or bond funds. Okay, your 401k, or if you work for the city, it'll be a 453b or something like that, or what is it? There's another fund. Anyway, a pension fund, whatever pension fund, those are all going to be mutual funds. So overall, your overall portfolio is going to be comprised, or you know what I mean. You know, most portfolios are mostly going to be stock, heavily invested in stocks. Okay. And of course, like I always say, you know, I would dabble a little bit into crypto. I'm not gonna say what percentage I'm in crypto. It's not that much. It's very little in crypto. But I believe, you know, hey, if you have the if you first of all, you educate yourself on there. If you're gonna get into crypto at all, and you're just starting out on crypto, you know, Bitcoin is the only choice I would go with. If you're new to crypto and you don't care about learning every single thing about crypto and all that, and you're a beginner and you just want to get your skin in the game, then, you know, of course, Bitcoin is one that I recommend. And like my last live stream, I bought some Bitcoin on PayPal. Again, you don't need to have a Coinbase account or a Gemini account. And I'm gonna make a video on that soon. I'm gonna make an updated video for New York residents where to buy your crypto at, because it has changed dramatically since the last video I made. Actually, it's more restricted now. Not more restricted. Actually, I shouldn't say more restricted, because there are new. Since I made that video, you can actually buy crypto. I can buy crypto on Stockpile. On Stockpile, I can buy crypto now, which before it was not available. Now I can buy crypto on Stockpile. I can buy crypto on Robinhood. Robinhood, you can buy crypto. Webull, I know Webull, I believe you can buy crypto there too. I have a Webull account, I just don't use it. I just opened it up just out of curiosity to see what it is. You know, for me, my number one crypto exchange is Coinbase. For me, they're number one, because that's Coinbase and Gemini are those you can move your Bitcoin and put it. You can move the Bitcoin in another wallet. And Robinhood, you can't do that. I believe you still can't do that. PayPal is one that you could buy crypto on PayPal, but you can't move it around. It has to stay in PayPal. Same thing with Stockpile. If you buy crypto on Stockpile, it stays there. You can't move it around. So you only in New York State, we're limited to 2 exchanges that we can buy crypto and move it around. One is Coinbase, and one is Gemini. Those are the only 2 that you can do in New York. I'm gonna make a review on that, because there is a couple of more, and I want to do I have to, you know, make the video and make it presentable and all that. So I will do a video on that in the future. I'm gonna make an updated version on where to buy crypto in New York. because New York is one of the most restrictive states to buy crypto. You can still buy crypto, but I'm going to tell you where to buy it. And there's some coins that you're not going to be able to buy in New York. Some of the coins you're going to have to transfer some of the coin to a wallet, and then from that wallet you have to you have to move it to an exchange, and then you can exchange the token to the token that you want. That's the way that works. And I got videos on that on this channel. You can check that out. You know. Like I have one video that says where to buy BNB, Binance token in New York. Of course, you cannot buy Binance token directly in New York because Binance.US is not available in New York State. Binance.com is not available in New York State. So if you want a Binance token, you have to go through the way I showed you in that video. So let's get on to the subject about precious metals. Now, a few days ago, I made a video on precious metals. I ordered because I want to show people how to get into precious metals without spending much money. Of course, you know gold is now. Let's go back to the stock thing, and let's look at the price of gold. Of course, right now the price of gold is, excuse me, $2,611.70. That is for an ounce of gold right now. That is the spot price. They call that the spot price. That is the spot price of gold right now, $2,611. Okay, so 1 ounce of pure gold is $2,611.70. Now, of course, if you wanted to buy an ounce of gold, you're not going to pay $2,600. You're going to pay a lot more because you're going to have to go through some kind of exchange, like what I'm going to show you here, like SD Bullion. There's one called JM Bullion. There's a whole bunch of these places where you can buy. If you wanted to buy an ounce of gold, for example, 1 ounce, here we go, 1 ounce gold bars, you're going to pay a premium. You're going to pay a premium. A premium is like a, excuse me, it's basically, I'm going to call it a tax. You know, and if you look at the ticker of PC, it says gold right now is 59, because that price does fluctuate. So right now it says here 25.96. So that is the spot price. However, you see if you were to buy it, it's going to be 26.36 for this one. As low as that. That price can change. Now, of course, the reason why it costs more because it's not just an ounce, and just as not an ounce of gold. It depends on the quality of the. For example, let's show this one. You see the mint, the maker. You can see here, 1 ounce fine gold, 999.9. This particular mint, Argor, Heraus, whatever. I can't. My pronunciation is. But I didn't butcher that. And they do have a number there, and it's usually packaged nicely for storage. You know, you can show it off, and but you can save these. Now, of course, most of us don't have $2,600 in change to buy an ounce of gold, and that's when I made that video about you could be on a fixed income, and you can invest as little as. What I found out, actually, you can invest less than $10 to buy 1/1000th of an ounce of gold. So you could start literally with, in my case, I show you the 1/100th of an ounce, and I paid about $32 or $35. I forgot what was the exact price for 1/100th of an ounce. It's very small. It's like the size of it's a little bigger than my thumbnail. And you saw the video, go back to that video and watch that video. So people that want to get their skin into precious metals, they can start with that. So like me, for example, I don't have the money to just readily available to buy an ounce of gold. That's a lot, $2,600, right? So that's why I made that video. So let's go through a few of them. So we're gonna start with gold. So let's go to gold bars. Just gold bars. Now they have all types of sizes. You have 1 ounce, you have 10 ounce, you have a kilo. You know, these are very expensive. Then you have gram, like 1 gram. So the one that we was looking at, is it here or they have a separate section for that, I believe. Where is that at? The gold. I think it's other. Let me see if it's other. No, it's not other. Scottsdale. Other gold. So they have Scottsdale gold. So the one I bought was a Scottsdale gold. So the one I bought was okay, here comes the loading issue. Oh my God, here we go with the loading issue. This thing is a memory hog. Wow, let me close a couple of things. I didn't know it was going to be a memory hog like this. Anyway, let me click on that one in particular because this is loading and it's going to kill my stream. Oh my God. Anyway. Right here, let me just go to this one. There's a problem when you do these live streams. Sometimes it's just a memory thing with... This is Google Chrome. And believe me, I tried every browser in the world. It doesn't... Okay, it seems to be stabilized now. Okay, so this is the one I bought. Right? I did a video on it. So as you can see, this is 1/100th of an ounce of gold. This is pure gold. It's very tiny. And you can see the price on it. You buy, the more you buy, the cheaper it is, right, per unit. But I bought one only because I wanted to show you guys that you can get into precious metal with very little money. So I bought one of these for what, 30? I think I paid a total of $36 and change. I bought mine through, you know, I didn't buy it through PayPal. I just used, you know, of course, debit, you know what I mean. So I bought that, and I also bought an ounce of silver. That was the video that you saw, right? An ounce of silver, and I think the ounce of silver, I'll show you what I paid for that. So this is a good way to get into precious metals with very little money. So for example, 1/100th of an ounce, right? That's 1/100th. So literally, you would need 100. So, you know, you can dollar cost average into this. Like maybe, for example, I could say, you know what? I don't own an ounce of gold right now, but maybe in a couple of years I'll have an ounce of gold if I keep buying and saving these up. So, for example, maybe every pay period, you know, every 2 weeks, if you get paid. I used to get paid weekly from Kawasaki. So, you know, every week I can say, you know what? I'm going to spend whatever, $36 and change. 40. I'll set aside $40 a week and buy a 1/100th of an ounce of gold. So if I were to buy every week one of these little tiny little 1/100, in 2 years I'll have a full ounce of gold. Because you need 100 of these to make what? 1 ounce of gold, right? So that's a nice way to get into precious metal, to buy gold. Very inexpensive. You can do that once a week. Or if you're on a fixed income, it's going to take a little longer. But say you're on a fixed income, right? Like, you know, maybe in a couple of years, you know, when I get my Social Security, I'll buy maybe one of these a month. And that's going to be a lot longer. It'll be a few years. It'll be like 3 or 4 years or whatever. Or sometimes when you get a little extra money, you double up on it. You know, in other words, you can't. Now, there's other ones you can buy. You can buy bigger ones too. There's a gram. There's a gram one you can buy. And there's one around $60 if you want to buy a bigger one. In other words, you don't have to buy an ounce of gold, you know, if you can't afford it. You can start small and build up. And this is just one way. There's actually other ways that are just as better. Now, somebody left a comment on that video about gold backs. Now, keep in mind, this is 1/100th of an ounce. Okay? This thing loads forever. Let me close these two windows here because I want to go to gold backs. So if we go back to SD Bullion, let's go to gold. I want to see if they have foil notes. Okay. See, the problem is it has so many things going on here. Okay, I have to do this carefully. Okay, foil notes. So let's load that. So these are notes. They call them gold backs. So somebody left a comment on my video about this. I looked into this. So you can buy gold backs also. And I'll show you the one that are more affordable. Let me go down here. Let me see where it's at. Like this one right here, the Wyoming, New Hampshire. Let me see what else is down here. Yeah, so let's go with the Wyoming gold back. So a gold back is what it is. It looks like a dollar bill. This is a great way to invest with very little money. You can buy one gold back for $6.85. So this is pure gold. This is what it is a very thin sheet of gold. It's you know, it feels like a dollar bill. If you look at it up close, I wish I could zoom in on it. This is the back of it. That's the back of it. And this is the front of it. It's, you know, this one is made in Wyoming, right? Gold. Wyoming gold back, no 24 karat. So this one, this is one 1,000th. This is 1/1000th of an ounce. So you would need 1,000 of these to make 1 ounce of gold. But the good thing about these are cheaper. So you can buy, you know, if you really, you know, long term, especially, you know, Tasso, you're young and you're on a budget, you can start stockpiling gold backs. And this video's on it. I'm gonna order one to show you, because I do want to buy. I'm gonna buy a couple of these. I'll make that in the future, but I'm gonna buy it just to show you. And it feels like a dollar bill, you know. I mean, I wouldn't fold it. I would not fold them. They have actually a holders for it. Looks like a band you put around it. Because there's videos that it has a stack of them. It has a few stacks. See, they have the protective flip thing here and all that. Okay, so these are gold foil. They're 24 karat gold. It's just very thin. It's a little note. I seen he's smaller than a regular dollar bill. And I wish I can zoom in on this one. Can we zoom in? Make it zoom in like this. Let's see. Can I go bigger? Anyway, that's as big as I can go. So as you can see, it says right there, 1,000th of a troy ounce, 24 karat gold. And it's beautiful, beautiful artwork on it. You see, it got the buffalo. And you have this, you know, Native American woman here with the eagle. And it has, you know, all this etched stuff. There's some counterfeiting. Excuse me. There's some counterfeit, or anti-counterfeit measures in here, so they can check if this is a fake one or not. You know, they are numbered and all that stuff. So as you can see, it's beautiful. You know, you can collect this as a collectible if you want, just to collect them. And you can also collect these for, in case of a, God forbid, a catastrophic event or something, you know, you need to stockpile, or for future investment. Because like I said in that video, in my last video, I know right now the price of gold is $2,600 right now, as you saw, or approaching, well, $2,600. Just round it off, $2,600. There are predictions that within 5 years, the price of gold might double. It might be over the $5,000 an ounce mark. So, you know, other than investing in your stocks, portfolio, stock mutual funds, and, you know, bond funds, stocks and bonds and all that, and, you know, maybe have some skin on crypto, I will look into precious metals. Now, that's not my financial advice. I'm looking into precious metal. My wife and I talked about that for the last couple of years. Really, the last year or so, we talked about it. So finally, I pulled the trigger and started buying. You know, I bought that 1/100th of an ounce. I also bought an ounce of silver. Here I have another video that I'm gonna make in the next couple of days. I have to do an unboxing on this one. And right here I have another silver bar, and I have a silver coin, and I have another precious metal I want to show you guys. But I'm gonna make a video on this separately in the next couple of days. And they're not very inexpensive. You can start. They call it. By the way, they call it stacking. You can start stacking on precious metals. You know, in my case, I can appreciate. You know, for me, I can appreciate the beauty of the notes. Like, you know, even if you have quarters before 1964, you know, anything like that, I can appreciate the collector value of it for my personal collection of it, because I can appreciate the value of it in terms of the beauty of it, the artwork, but also it is also an investment. It is an investment. It can be an investment vehicle for you, and you know, to build your portfolio. Okay, so you know, look into something like this. This is $6.85 for one note. For one of these notes, this is $6.85. You get your skin in precious metal, and you start with 1,000th of an ounce, troy ounce of gold. Okay, so that is one way of getting into. Let me zoom back out there. Sorry about that. Let me go back out here. So this is one way of getting into the precious metal market without breaking the bank. Just like crypto, you know, when I did that PayPal, I put $20. So this is one way to getting precious metal. In this case, now there are higher ones like this one. These are a more expensive one because this is a 50 gold back note. So if we go this one, this is $239. This is 1/20th. 1/20th of let me see what this one is. Yeah, so this is 1/20th of a troy ounce. So if you get 20 of these, you have an ounce of gold. So, but this is $239 for this one note. Okay, $239, you can get this one right here. Now this is 1/20th of a troy ounce. Okay, so you don't have to buy a half an ounce or a whole ounce of gold. You can start with a 20th of a troy ounce, 1/100th of a troy ounce, and start small. Okay, oh sorry, going all the way down to no 100%. Okay, you see what I'm saying? So you know, you gotta, you know, listen. We all started with nothing, right? We all started with nothing. Just like a YouTube channel. We all start with no subscribers, right? And then you build subscribers. And same thing with money. Everybody that built wealth, they all started with what? Nothing. They all started with an idea. Or they started with a dream. Remember, first you dream. Remember this. First you dream. I'm gonna butcher this up, but I'm gonna, if I remember it, and maybe Tasha could look it up before I butcher it up. First we dream, then we plan, then we execute, then we execute toward the plan, and that includes goals. So your goal might be, maybe my goal is gonna be like, I would like to own an ounce of gold in 3 years. It's a very, very modest plan. Along with the investments I have, I would like to own 1 ounce of gold within 2 years. Let's just throw that number out there. Within 2 years, I would like to own an ounce of gold. Well, there's 1 physical ounce of gold, or combined to make 1 ounce of gold. So this is a great way to work toward that goal. You know, an ounce of gold is going to be enough for you to live on? No. I mean, we all want more than an ounce of gold. I would like to have bars of gold. I would like to have, like, you know, a safe full of gold bars. But you're not going to get there by wishful thinking. You're going to get there by planning and set some money accordingly. Say, okay, instead of me going out to whatever Pizza Hut, my wife and I and my son maybe we'll skip a Pizza Hut meal, and I order something like 1/100th of an ounce or 1/50th of an ounce or something. Because what I'm trying to show you people out there, you guys, my audience, is you don't need a lot of money to invest. You can start with very little money. Very little money you can start investing. Just like I showed with crypto. $20. You can start with that. Okay? Let me I'm gonna drag a browser over here and do something here for a minute. And we're gonna check out PayPal. Let me log in over here. Continue. No, I don't send me the code. I just want to. Okay, so let's move this back over here. So there you go, Tasso. So right now, of course, I have cash balance of $15. I put $15 the other day. There's a little cash balance. My crypto right now is at 2108, so it went up since the last time. So if we go to crypto, so that Bitcoin that I paid, what it was, I put $20 in, and they took out a fee, of course. So now that Bitcoin is that little bit of Bitcoin is worth $21.09. So it's actually up now. So today is up. Okay. So let's buy some Ethereum. Let's buy some Ethereum. So and I have $15 there, right? But I'm gonna put equal amount of Ethereum. I'm gonna put $20 on Ethereum. Let's get some Ethereum. Okay, now let me see. No, I already have a debit card. Next. Okay, I gotta select the payment. Let me move this over here for a minute. Let me fix that issue. So I'm gonna let me see, where's that at? Let me go to my wallet. Yeah, Chime. Yeah, my Chime is there. So why is not letting me do it? Okay, so now let me go back to home. I want to make sure I can do this live. Let me just do it again. Okay, let's get some Ethereum. Let me buy. I'm gonna have to do it in private though. Let me see. Link new bank account. Let's see what happens. No, it's card. I'm not gonna link a new bank. It's card. Do debit card. Next. It should be there already. Anyway, let me put that. Let me see again. Link card. Done. Review and buy. Okay, so let me close that. Let me try it again. I want to do it in front of. So if I go back to crypto, buy, and I go to Ethereum now, and I say, yeah, let me get 20. Okay, there you go. Okay. All right, so I can do it. All right, I fixed it. All right, so let me go back to so I can show you guys, because I don't want to use the PayPal balance. I want to let that I was actually thinking about getting PYUSD with the PayPal balance, because that's down here. Where's that at? Where's the PayPal? If I go to crypto, let me see. Remember I told you about stablecoin, Tassel? So right here, PayPal USD. So PayPal USD is a stable coin. PayPal USD is a stable coin, and the ticker symbol is the or the token symbol. In the stock market, we say ticker symbol. In the crypto market, we say the token symbol. So the token symbol for PayPal USD is PYUSD. It is a stable coin backed 1-to-1 by the US dollar deposits, US treasuries, and similar cash equivalents. PYUSD is issued by Paxos Trust Company. Now Paxos is a like a custodial bank. It's a big bank in terms of crypto. It is very well known. They do have other cryptos, Paxos. Like, remember I showed you that Paxos spot gold or gold crypto, that it mimics the price of gold. So we can look at that. Let's go look at that real quick first. Let me go to CoinGecko. And if we go to, remember we went to let me see, what is it? Cryptocurrency. Is it categories? And we went to stable coins, right? Right here, stable coins. So we go to stable coins. Remember I was showing you all the stable coins? So as you can see a stable coin graph, it doesn't go up and down because it's always stable. So when you look at a stable coin graph, it's always going to be a little straight, right? Because it's supposed to mimic the dollar bill or whatever currency it mimics, like the euro. So right here, these are the stable. So the one we were looking at, remember the gold one? So they have Tether Gold. So you see that one mimics the price of gold, right? PayPal's right here, PayPal USD. So that one mimics what? The price of the dollar, okay? So that's PayPal USD. I'm not gonna buy it because I'll leave it in the cash. Because right now I don't see a benefit of having it in PayPal USD. Because in some places, if you buy the stable coin, for example, Gemini has their own stable coin. It's called Gemini USD. In some exchanges, if you buy their stable coin, if you leave it in there, they give you a fixed. They give you some kind of. Sometimes you get interest on it. Like for example, Gemini, they had an earning plan that you get as high as 8%. So for example, if I bought $100 of Gemini USD, and I don't do anything with it, I leave it inside Gemini, it earns 8% interest. You know, over the year, 8%, just by leaving it. You know, so right now I see that PayPal, they're not even offering interest on it. So I'm not gonna buy PayPal USD because they're not offering interest on it or anything. I mean, I have to look more into that. What's the benefit of getting PayPal USD? There is no, other than just keeping your money there, and it's backed by Paxos, and they mimic the US dollar and all that. So they have one for gold. So remember I told you about Paxos? So right here is Pax Gold. And I believe Paxos. So this one mimics the price of gold. Okay? So whenever you see the price of gold go up and down, it's going to affect the token price on this because it mimics it. It's like an index, you know, like the S&P 500 index, Dow Jones Industrial Average Index. You know, you have a ETF that mimics that. So this token mimics the price of gold. That's all it does. So when you see the price of gold, the token is going to mimic that. Now, I don't know if because it's backed up by actual gold deposits or certificates or whatever. I don't know. I have to look into that if I were to buy Pax Gold. I'm not going to buy Pax Gold, but I'm just showing you an example. There's cryptos that mimic, like for example, What's another token that mimics something else? The euro, like this one, it says status euro, right? So this token mimics the euro. You know, €1, you know, $1, Australian dollar. This is the euro, the European dollar, or the euro. It's called the euro. So this one mimics the euro. So right now the euro is worth, the euro is the equivalent of $1.12. So the euro is actually a little more than the dollar, right? So status euro. So anytime the price of the euro, when it mimics the price of the euro, this stable coin, okay? So that's what this stable coin does. And I'm sure they have one for the British pound and so on. Let me see. I'm just looking now and see if there's anything else that's virtual USD. And let's see, and this one is so a lot of them is going to be the US dollar type thing. Okay. And the ones that if you're going to buy, if you're going to get into cryptocurrency, you want to buy stablecoin. The one I highly recommend, and it's not financial advice, is USDC. That's the one you're going to find on Coinbase, on Gemini. USDC is in there. And the other one is DAI, D-A-I. That's another stable coin. But these are the two that are most common. Tether is not legal in New York. New York banned Tether. So you cannot buy Tether in the state of New York. So in other words, Coinbase or Gemini do not offer Tether, USDT. So outside of New York State, you should be able to get Tether. But in New York State, no Tether. But I'm not a big fan of Tether. There was some. They are the biggest stable coin out of all. As you can see, their market cap is 118 million. They are listed on 345 exchanges. However, USDC has caught up in popularity. A lot of people are, still have Tether, but USDC is the one that was created. It's been around for a few years now, but a lot of people favor USDC more than Tether. Me personally, I from what I read about Tether, there was some issues going on with Tether. And plus, the fact that I just can't get Tether here in New York, that tells me, why stay away from it. Because even if you own Tether, I cannot bring it in Coinbase and exchange it for cash. I can't. I will have to convert that Tether into another token that I can be able to sell on Coinbase. So Tether to me is no value for me. So that's why I wouldn't bother with Tether in New York State. Okay. So let's go back over here. And let me okay, so let's go back to crypto. So right now, Tasso, you can see Bitcoin is at $21, and so right now I have 0.000335550 Bitcoin, BTC. That is the token symbol of Bitcoin. So I have a small, tiny fraction of Bitcoin. Should I buy more right now? You know what? I'm going to put another $10 on Bitcoin. So let's put buy 10. I'm going to take it from the cash. 10. One time. Next. I'm going to use the PayPal balance. So I'm going to add a little more to the Bitcoin. Of course, right now, yeah, see 63. I know I'm buying it at a high price, but I'm just buying it just to show you guys, and not necessarily buy it when it's at this high. But anyway, there you go. So I just added $10 more of Bitcoin. Okay. So now, if we go back, now we go back to Bitcoin. Now you see I have a little more, right? I have a little more Bitcoin now. And there goes my alert telling me that I just... So I took $10 out of the cash. I'll say the Ethereum for next time. So I just added $10 more of Bitcoin. So now I have $30.99 worth of Bitcoin. 0.0004923 BTC. I'm rolling in dough. But this is through PayPal. I'm just showing you that you can buy through PayPal if you want. Of course, I know you're gonna say this is not your keys, not your crypto. I don't care. It's just Bitcoin. I just get it from PayPal, and I do have crypto on Gemini, and I do have wallets too. By the way, I'm just showing you for like Tasso. He never invested in the crypto. Now you can do through you can buy through PayPal. Now, of course, PayPal you're limited to these tokens. Okay. Now, if you want to buy something like Shiba Inu or Dogecoin, you're gonna have to go through an exchange like Gemini or Coinbase for Shiba Inu. Okay, you're not gonna be able to do that here in PayPal. Who knows, in the future they might add more tokens, but right now it's just these tokens here. Okay. So again, unless there's a benefit to owning PayPal crypto, I don't see why I want to buy it. Let me see. If I put $20, let's see. Do they even charge you a fee? Okay, let me close that. I have to look more into this. If they were to show me a rate of return on it. And of course, they also have a savings. There you can get paid to save. See, so they also have a saving thing. Okay, I'm gonna look into that in the future for PayPal saving. But anyway, there you go. $30.93 worth of Bitcoin now. I hope you enjoy that. And there you go. Let me close that. Yeah. Anyway, 1 hour 22 minutes in the books. And yeah, so we covered the stock market today. And we did cover the crypto market. I did demonstrate it. You can buy crypto through PayPal once again. I also touched on the getting into precious metals with very little money. And I forgot the person that posted that about the gold bank. Anyway, thank you for that comment, because I actually went down that rabbit hole and looked into gold backs, and they are very interesting way of investing too. For those that we cannot afford to buy 1 ounce of gold, you can start very little with a note like this one, the Wyoming one. Let's look at the New Hampshire one. New Hampshire is also another state that makes these. The New Hampshire gold back note. So this is New Hampshire. All right, so let's zoom in on that one. Let's just see how. So as you can see, it says 1/1000th of a troy ounce. Let me go out a little bit. It's a little too zoomed in there. Okay. 1/100th of a troy ounce, and this one, as you can see, there is a Native American woman here, and it looks like some kind of like a teepee or something there. And you gotta love the artwork on these things. They're beautiful. You see, there's like a little otter. Looks like an otter or some kind of, and you see the pumpkin there. I guess like for harvest type thing. You can see beautiful artwork on this. And it's New Hampshire gold back. Voluntary negotiable instrument. So, what they're saying is in the state of New Hampshire, you can actually use this as currency for circulation in New Hampshire. Now, me personally, I'm not going to walk around with a stack of these to buy everyday items. When you have dollar bills and all that. You buy these as to stack them, stockpile them, And one day, God forbid, there is if you can't get your money in the bank and there's a catastrophic event like hyperinflation or something, which by the way, it has happened in other countries where people ran to the bank to get their money to find out that there was no money in the bank and you couldn't get your money. That has happened it has happened in the history. And don't be fooled thinking that it cannot happen to you here. It can happen to any, you know. Right now, hopefully that'll never be the case because this is why you have to vote smart. Because this has happened in Venezuela, and they have hyperinflation. It has happened in Zimbabwe, where if you wanted to buy a loaf of bread, hyperinflation, you need a stack of bills this much. A few bricks of bills just to buy a loaf of bread in Zimbabwe. And it had the dollar bill had a whole bunch of zeros. It was like $1 trillion bill. But it's not $1 trillion. That $1 trillion bill is worth nothing. It's called hyperinflation. And look it up and look up history about hyperinflation. Germany before, after World War One, they went through hyperinflation. Okay? And I'm not going to get to the whole history of that because that led to the ruling, well, not the ruling, that led to the next party, which actually how World War II started. But I don't want to get into that here. So I can do a history channel on that alone. But hyperinflation is real. It has happened in many countries where the currency was so devalued, it was so devalued that and it can happen here. If, at the rate we were spending money in this country, the dollar is weaker. The U.S. dollar is actually weaker, and there is countries out there lining up to not use the dollar as the preferable currency of the world now. There is an organization called BRICS, and it stands for Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. BRICS, BRICS. And there are a couple of countries that want to join them. They are an organization where they're trying to use, for example, they want to make, like, for example, the Chinese yuan the global currency. Or, the Chinese dollar, whatever you want to call it, the yuan. So they're gathering, they want to take America off the pedestal and say, well, we don't really, especially now with what happened with Russia, with the war in Ukraine, the U.S. and a few countries, especially the ones in Europe, backed up, and we actually boycotted and froze their assets. So when China and Russia and South Africa and India, what's the other country I mentioned? Brazil. It says Brazil. So Brazil, these countries, they say, no, you know what? The U.S. dollar is not the only, it's not the, because a lot of people, when you travel around the world, I'm not trying to skip over it, but when you travel around the world, if you travel around the world, I have not traveled around the world. The U.S. dollar is still king. So even if you don't have the local currency, a lot of countries will take the U.S. dollar. Okay, so you could be in Brazil and you don't have the Brazilian currency at that moment. When you whip out a U.S. currency, they'll still take it because it's just as good as their currency, if not better. Same thing if you go to Cuba. Cuba has the Cuban peso and all that, but you can still buy a lot of things with American dollars. And in fact, most Cubans prefer the American dollar because it's worth a lot more than their own currency. And that's why, U.S. dollar has a big reputation behind it. And it is the top preferred currency in the world. So there are countries out there that really want to knock us off that pedestal. And I say pedestal lightly. I'm not trying to be like we're the best. What I'm saying is that is a standard. The U.S. dollar is a standard for stable money. But at the rate we're going with the spending, with the government spending, we're devaluing that dollar bill. Remember, your dollar bill is not worth what it used to be. You know, when I was little, a dollar bill can buy me a lot more than what it does now. You understand? Because of inflation. You know, a dollar bill. Yeah, I bought $10 of Bitcoin on PayPal, so you're gonna have to watch the replay. I bought another $10. Anyway, you watch the replay. So, you know, when you buy something like this, when you invest in precious metal, that is another hedge against inflation. Okay, so that's why, you know, I tell people, if you're on a fixed income or you have very little money to invest and you want to get into precious metals, this is the way to go. You know, 1/1000th of a troy ounce of gold back like this is $6.85. You know, and you can buy. Of course, they also have gold coins. For example, silver. Let's look at silver. You can also invest in silver. I have a 1-ounce silver bar I just bought. I have another one here. I'm gonna show in a couple of days. Okay, I have a couple of more here. I'm gonna make a video on this in a couple of days about, and you can start with very little money. I didn't spend much to buy these, and I'm stockpiling. I'm stacking. I'm gonna start stacking. I want to keep a surprise though. One of them is a silver coin. I bought a silver coin. I have another silver bar. It's a different type of bar, and I have another precious metal. Is a bar. So that's gonna be a surprise in the next couple of days. I'll make a video on this. I'm gonna unbox this and show you guys. So like I said, my last video, you saw that I bought a 1/100th gold ingot. It's a little tiny bar from Scottsdale, from the same company, Scottsdale Gold. I show you that in that video. I put it away right now. I don't have it here. And I bought an ounce of silver. So these are great things to get into if you want to get into precious metal without breaking the bank. Okay? So there you go. So we covered all that today. We covered the stock market, the crypto market. Of course, I talked about Meta. Meta went up today. I'm very happy about that. Meta's at $522 now. Oh no, 559. Excuse me. So Meta's doing very well. Of course, you see the crypto market is rallying right now. It's doing very well. Let's go back to the main crypto. The main crypto, so Bitcoin right now is there. Of course, I bought. Where is it at? Let me open it here. Let me go down here. Of course. Anyway, I bought it through PayPal. I added another $10 on Bitcoin. So now I have $30 worth of Bitcoin right now. And then, so I was going to get some Ethereum, but I didn't see your response. So I said, you know what? I took the cash balance that was there already, and I just bought $10 of Bitcoin. So now I have $30 worth of Bitcoin on PayPal. Just to show you. I'm doing it because I want to show you guys that, you can do, you don't need to break the bank to get into Bitcoin and all that. Now, of course, I'm going to get some here that you should have bought it through Coinbase and all that. No, I just want to show people that you don't even need a Coinbase account. And let me tell you something, people out there. If you want to buy, like what happened with me, Gemini. Remember Gemini? I had my money on Earn and I had to wait over a year to get that money back. You don't want to go through all that. I went through all that. You don't have to go through all that. If you're only buying Bitcoin and you don't plan to buy any other crypto, You really don't need to open up an account. You can just buy through Robinhood or PayPal or Stockpile. Stockpile. I have a Stockpile account. Or Stockpile. You okay? If you're only gonna buy Bitcoin and you don't plan to uh, use Bitcoin for anything else, you don't plan to trade it, swap it for another token, things like that. If you're only gonna buy Bitcoin and just hold on to it, and you have a Robinhood account, just buy through there. You don't have to. I know I'm gonna hear this argument about it's not your keys, not your crypto. You know, that's a bunch of bullshit. Okay, I'm sorry. Um, you know, yeah, you can put it in a hardware wallet and it's practically impossible for anybody to get it. But, you know, many cases has proven that in the past. If the FBI really want to come after you and take your Bitcoin, they can. There's nothing you can do about it. Nothing gonna stop you from doing that. So, this argument about your transactions are private, that is not true. Because you have a hash number. A Bitcoin, every currency, every cryptocurrency, every account, every wallet you open has a hash number. They can trace it down to that. I know in the beginning it had a reputation for being like money laundering and all that nonsense. But right now, in this day and age, in 2024, the average investor does not care about all that. The average investor, all they watch the news, like CNBC or whatever, and they see the Dow ticker. I mean, the Dow Jones Industrial Average number. They see the NASDAQ index number. They see Bitcoin in the corner. They see the price of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is mainstream now. You know, not everybody has to be a super uber geek to own Bitcoin. Okay, the average investor does not care about. They just want the skin in the game. They want a little money in a Bitcoin, and they don't want to go through the hassle of KYC, opening an account like Gemini, and with two-factor authentication or multi-factor authentication. They don't want to go through that. They want to go to PayPal, just buy a little Bitcoin, and yeah, I have Bitcoin now. I have point zero 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 whatever Bitcoin. That's what they care about, and that's what I'm trying to enlighten people here. You know, too many channels out here try to scare people. They try to scare you into it's not your keys, it's not your crypto. That's a bunch of bullshit. Okay, the average person does not care about that. They don't, and they don't want to. They don't want to know about all that. They don't want to know how to move this token into this wallet. And if you forget their seed phrase, you're fucked. They don't care about all that. The average person does not care about all that. Okay? Because I guarantee you, if you walk down that block, I walk down my block, and I ask 100 people, are they invested in Bitcoin? 99% of them are going to say, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. So even if you buy Bitcoin through PayPal, you're better than the 1% that's not even doing anything at all. Okay? So don't let these channels intimidate you thinking, oh, I got to be a super uber crypto genius to buy all these tokens. No, I did that. I bought a whole bunch of tokens. And you know what happened to a lot of them? They're worthless. I bought the Safe Moon. Okay? Safe Moon, remember, Safe Moon going to the moon. Safe Moon going to the moon. Safe Moon is shit now. It's shit. It's worth shit. Okay, I'm going into rant mode now. Same thing with what's the other token? Saitama, another one. Oh, Saitama's going to the moon. I bought some Saitama. And you know how much Saitama's worth now? It's shit. Okay? You see the pattern here? When you follow these channels that keep hyping shit up and throw it in your face, and you think, oh, I gotta get it on it. I gotta go all ape. I gotta ape in on this shit. That's what gets you in trouble. You know, I try to teach people here, keep it real. The average investor doesn't want to know all that shit. You know, I got Shiba Inu. I still have Shiba Inu. I have Shiba Inu, and you know, I had a couple of places. I finally consolidated and put it in, have it in some wallet. I have Shiba Inu, not that much. But that's it. I'm not into meme tokens. I'm not into the latest meme token. Whatever. The average person does not care about that. By the time you hear it on the news, it's already went up like Dogecoin. Dogecoin was the first meme token that people got excited about because they were making fun of Bitcoin. You know, so if the average person that knows a little bit about crypto, if you ask them, oh, Bitcoin, you say, are you invested in crypto? Oh, Bitcoin. Even if you go to the bank now, even if you go to ATM, some ATMs you can actually exchange Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is mainstream now. But also Dogecoin, people are gonna say, oh, I don't have Bitcoin. Well, oh, you mean that doggy coin? Doggy coin. People call it doggy coin. I had some Dogecoin. I sold it. I had some in German. I sold it. You know why? Because I'm done with the meme coin shit. I'm done with it because I'm not. There was a time. I wanted to try it on the beginning, and I did. And for the last couple of years or so, I had it. But I noticed that it doesn't matter what coin you own because they're all gonna follow one particular coin. It's Bitcoin. If Bitcoin does well, all the other tokens follow along with it. You understand? So why even bother buying the other coins? Now, of course, some of them are projects. There's other uses for them. I fell for that shit too. Okay? And I'm telling you here right now, I'm gonna get the hate here. I'm gonna get the hate. Like, bro, I said, listen, bro, bring it on with the hate. My thing is, there's only one token. If you really want to get into crypto, and there's only one token you should get into, it's Bitcoin. Bitcoin is mainstream. Donald Trump just bought where he was, not yesterday. Yeah, was it yesterday? He went to a restaurant and they had a Bitcoin. He bought, I guess he bought something where he bought some food with Bitcoin. He's the crypto president, Donald Trump. It's mainstream. I wouldn't even look at another token. If you're new to the game and don't break your head over, oh, should I get some Binance, BNB? First of all, you can't even get in New York State, so why even bother? Should I get into Solana? Oh, I heard good things about Solana. Yeah, that's great, bro. And me, I'm trying to keep, my channel is to educate people, to keep it simple and get some skin in the game. And it's not financial advice. But there's the only one and only Bitcoin. That's the only one I would look into. I would just get Bitcoin. If you want to throw a little money in Ethereum, that's fine. And I wouldn't go maybe no further than that. If you have very little money, I would just put it on Bitcoin for crypto. For the cryptocurrency investment, it would just be Bitcoin. That's it. Don't let these people, don't watch all these channels and they tell you, oh, there's a Pepe token and it went up 1,000% and whatever. Yeah, that's gambling. If I put $1,000 on Pepe token, and and people spread the fake rumors on the internet, the community, because that's a fake word there. They call it the community. The community can hype up this token, and it can do 100x. And then all suddenly, as soon as it goes 100x, some people are gonna get out, and whoever bought it at that price, they're gonna get caught holding the bag. What's gonna happen when it hits at that price and people start selling? It's gonna drop. And that's what happened to all these tokens that I had. The Saitama, the Safe Moon. I bought them for to hold them for longer than what I was gonna hold them for, as a long-term thing. And each and one of them failed. They all failed. They all crashed and burned. And they had no real use in them. I know they try to justify the use in it, like Saitama was supposedly helping people in Africa, whatever bullshit they were doing. It was all a scam. It's all scams. And I'm gonna get heat for that and bring it on. So if you're gonna get into crypto and you're new, don't watch all these channels because they're just gonna they're gonna make it sound like it's fucking rocket science. They're gonna make it sound like you need to own every fucking token. Okay, and that's not the case. You know, history has proven itself since Bitcoin's been out. The only token that has really is the market leader, is the number one in market cap, as you can see right here. By far, not even close, is Ethereum. It's 1.2 trillion market cap. Ethereum is not even at 300 million. It's at 295 million or billion. Excuse me, billion. A million. Excuse me. Yeah, my numbers all messed up. Okay, again, yeah. Okay, yeah. So 1.2 billion would it be? So in other words, it's not even close. So if you're gonna get into anytime investing and you don't know anything about crypto, you do know one thing, that Bitcoin is the only one you know. The only one you hear on the only one you hear everywhere on TV or on the radio, or you walk down to the supermarket and you see ATM there, or whatever, or Coinstar, whatever. You're gonna see all of them, and a lot of countries, even, you know, everywhere, anywhere in the world, is gonna be Bitcoin, and that's what I would just focus on. Get as much Bitcoin as you can buy, and that's it. I wouldn't even look at the other ones. If you want to dabble into other ones, you want to speculate, then you go speculate on the other ones. Now, Ethereum has been established enough. It is a blockchain. It is another blockchain, and there are many tokens and projects under Ethereum. But I would not go further than that. I know I'm going to get a lot of heat for that. I'm going to get a lot of hate for that. Like I said, bring it on. All right? So there you go. I think I covered enough. Well, 1 hour 46 minutes. And I think I'm going to wrap it up right here. I'm going to make a video soon on another unboxing of some precious metals. And we'll talk about that in another day and another time. So anyway, thank you for watching, Tasso and everybody else. And if you like the content and you enjoy my live stream, like and share. Also, subscribe to my channel. And, you know, I just went over 1,000 subscribers. So thank you, everybody, for supporting my channel. This channel's been around now for quite a while now, for over 4 years. Going on to year 5. I just went over the 8th anniversary of my radio channel, Danny Short with Radio DX. And also, when you go to my channel here, Danny Finance, scroll down to my my other channels. I have a whole bunch of other channels other than Shortwave and Personal Finance. I also have Retro Gaming. I also have a diecast collection, model collection, things like this that I have. I mean, I cover many topics. I'm that neighbor that you don't have, you know. We all wish we had a neighbor like, I hate to say it, we all wish we had a neighbor like me. He can sit down and have a beer and talk about anything and, you know, not sound like a complete dumbass. Because trust me, around here, ain't nobody cover all the stuff that I cover. So we all wish we had that neighbor. I wish I had that neighbor that could talk about crypto. I wish I had that neighbor that could talk about radio. Or talk about collecting. You know, I seen like nobody around here is into anything. So this is why, you know, I love these channels. I love watching these channels. And I love watching other channels similar interest because, you know, it's fun, you know. It's fun. It's a fun thing. Like I said earlier, anybody that watches channels like this, we're the 1% of people that are actually doing things. That's scary when you think about the other 99% don't care about putting money in stocks, don't care about anything. You know, it is kind of scary, but we're not here. The ones my audience and the audience and the channels that I watch, we're the 1%. That's what you want to be. You want to be in that 1%. You don't want to be the other 99%. You don't want to be there. You know, you want to be on the winning side. All right. So good night, everybody. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.